Hello my dear student. In the previous video we have done that change in quantity demanded or movement along the demand curve. And now we know that in the case of change in quantity demanded or movement along the demand curve, the demand will change because of change in price, and the other factors like taste and preference, income of the consumer, government policies, credit facilities, etc. will remain constant. Whereas in the case of this change in demand or shift in demand, here the quantity demanded of commodity will change due to change in the other factors like income of the consumer, taste and preference, credit facilities, government policies, and so on. So here what we can notice that the quantity demand is changing, but due to change in the other determinants or other factor, here the price will remain constant. Means the quantity demand will change due to change in other factors, but price will remain constant. So in the case of change in demand, the quantity demand will change due to change in other factors, but price will remain constant. So here the quantity demand is changing not due to change in price, but due to change in other factor, as we have already discussed. Income of the consumer is there, one of the factor. Then credit facility is there, government policy is there. So these all are the factor, and due to that the quantity demand will change, and that concept is known as change in demand or shift in demand. This change in demand can be also shown with the help of a diagram. Now I am going to show the change in demand or shift in demand with the help of this diagram. Now one axis will measure price, that is in y axis, and in x axis will measure quantity. So we know that demand curve is a downward sloping. Let's consider this DD is our demand curve. And in the case of this change in demand, as we have already mentioned that the quantity demanded is either increasing or decreasing, not due to price but due to change in other factor. So suppose say the initial price of commodity is given as P. Now at P, suppose say initial quantity demand is Q. So OQ is the initial quantity demand and OP is the initial price. Now if income of the consumer, for example, suppose say income of the consumer is increasing. So when income of the consumer increases, obviously the quantity demand will increase. Those who are not able to, or those who are not able to purchase earlier, now they will be able to offer more quantity of commodity. It may be a different item, so due to that the quantity demand may increase. And when quantity demand increases, now the demand curve will shift parallelly rightward. Suppose say D1 is the new demand curve. So here price is more or less same. Price is not changing. So we can notice that at the same price, the quantity demand is increasing from OQ to OQ1. Once again, in the case of this change in demand or shift in demand, the quantity demand is changing. Here I am showing the case of increasing the demand. So as I have considered the factors like income of the consumer. So when income of the consumer increases, suppose say initially the consumer was earning 30,000 rupees. Now if their income increases from 30,000 to 50,000, obviously the demand for different goods will increase. The goods which they have not purchased earlier, now they will purchase that. So due to that the demand will increase, and when demand increases the demand curve will shift rightward. Here the price is remaining same. You can see that price is not changing, not increasing or decreasing. So at the same price due to the income of the consumer, the quantity demand is increasing from OQ to OQ1. So this is the case of change in demand or shift in demand. Similarly, if the income of the consumer decreases, suppose say it is decreasing from 30,000 to 15,000 or 20,000, in that case the demand curve will shift parallelly leftward. So in that case we may get the new demand curve, that is D2. So at the same price we can see that this demand and this price line axis is intersecting at this point. So here the quantity demand is decreasing from OQ to OQ2. So this is the case when income of the consumer decreases, and when income of the consumer decreases, the demand curve will shift leftward, showing that the quantity demand will decrease from OQ to OQ2 at the same price. Here the price is not changing. It is due to income of the consumer, either increase in income or decrease in income, leading to rightward or leftward shift of the demand curve. So that is the case of shift in demand or change in demand. Now this change in demand is of two types. We can divide this one into two types. Number one, we have increase in demand, and number two, we have decrease in demand. Now I will explain you first this increase in demand, then I will go to that next decrease in demand. Okay, this increase in demand. So increase in demand refers to the situation in which the quantity demand will be more at the same price. Once again, increase in demand, it is the situation in which the quantity demand will be more at the same price. At the same price means the price is remaining same. The quantity demand will increase due to increase in other factors, as we have mentioned so many times: income of the consumer, taste and preference, etc. So if income of the consumer, if income of the consumer increases, then the quantity demand may increase, and this situation is called increase in demand. Now this increase in demand I will show you with the help of a diagram. Now let's consider two axes. We have a y-axis, and in y-axis we are measuring price, and in x-axis we are measuring quantity. And we will consider the initial demand curve D. So this is the initial demand curve. Now if income of the consumer increases, or if the taste and preference for any commodity increases, then obviously the demand will increase. Similarly, if the government provide more credit facility, then due to that also the quantity demand may increase. So if due to any factor quantity demand is increasing, then demand curve will shift rightward. So this dotted line represents the shift in demand curve from D2 to D1. So if we consider this initial price P, at price P, suppose say initial quantity demand is Q. So in the case of this increase in demand, we have already mentioned that due to the increase in income, the quantity demand is increasing and it is shifting rightward. So at the same price we can see that the quantity demand will increase from OQ to OQ1. Then this situation is called increase in demand. Means here once again the quantity demanded is increasing, and due to that increase in quantity demand, the demand curve is shifting rightward. Here the price will remain constant. So here the quantity demand is increasing from OQ to OQ1. The next part we have decrease in demand. So this is also decrease in demand refers to the situation in which quantity demand will decrease due to decrease in other factor, like if the income of the consumer decreases from suppose say 30,000 to 15,000 or 20,000, so that may leads to decrease in demand. Similarly, if the taste and preference for any commodity is decreasing, means if the people start disliking any commodity, then due to that also the quantity demand may decrease, and when quantity demand decreases, the demand curve will shift leftward. Here the price is not the factor to decrease the quantity demand. The quantity demand will decrease due to other factors like income of the consumer, taste and preference, credit facility, government policy, etc. Now I will show this decrease in demand with the help of diagram. Okay, let's consider two axes, y-axis and x-axis. So in y-axis we are measuring price. In x-axis we are measuring quantity, and this dd is the initial demand curve. Now I am going to show the situation if the income of the consumer decreases or taste and preference for any commodity decreases, then what will happen? The demand curve will shift leftward. So that shift in leftward shift in demand curve I am going to represent with the help of this dotted line. D1 is the new demand curve, and this new demand curve is taking place due to decrease in either your income or taste and preference, or even if government reduces the credit facility, then the consumers won't be able to buy more quantity of commodity. So here the quantity demand will decrease. So if you consider the price P, at the same price we can see that the initial quantity demand was OQ. Now due to this decrease in demand, the demand curve has shifted leftward and will get the new quantity, that is OQ1. So here in the case of decrease in demand, the demand will decrease or quantity demand will decrease at the same price. Here price will not change, price is remaining constant. The quantity demand is decreasing due to changing, means due to decrease in other factors. Either it may be income of the consumer, taste and preference, or any other factor.